So, dann sollte ich jetzt live sein, wenn alles geklappt hat. Hallo, herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Runde Zero Escape. Nein, boah, was ist mit meinem Hals los? 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. Gut, wahrscheinlich sitzen die ersten Zuschauer jetzt erstmal in der Werbung fest. Mal gucken. Jedenfalls, wir haben letztes Mal ein bisschen alternative Pfade entdeckt. Das heißt, wir sind hier zum Beispiel mal zum allererst haben wir hier gesagt, komm, wir haben jetzt mal hier einen alternativen Weg, den wir vorher gemacht haben, nämlich was passiert, wenn man durch Tür 4 statt Tür 5 geht und dann den Rest genau gleich macht und hier ankommt und eben nicht die Schlüssel gesammelt hat, die dafür nötig sind. Dann kommt man eben hier nicht zum Safe-Ende, sondern zum Messerende. Und ja, das war ein bisschen dramatisch, bisschen heftig. Wir haben aber auch gesehen, was passiert, wenn man hier die Tür 2 nimmt. Dann landet man entsprechend hier beim sogenannten U-Boot-Ende. Auch kein besonders schönes Ende. Das heißt, an Enden gibt es hier jetzt quasi noch ein schlechtes und ein vorläufiges und das tatsächliche richtige Ende. Mal schauen. Also wir können jetzt hier natürlich schauen, wo wir lang gehen wollen. Das würde ich natürlich dann auch wieder Zuschauenden überlassen, wenn welche da sind. Das muss man auch immer mal schauen, weil manchmal ist YouTube ein bisschen schlecht mit dem Anzeigen davon, wie viele Leute jetzt tatsächlich da sind. Aber gut, zumindest der Sound sollte vernünftig aufgenommen werden gerade. Zumindest laut OBS sieht alles gut aus. Ich gebe zu, ich habe leichte Kopfschmerzen. Kann also sein, dass ich nicht hundertprozentig so konzentriert bin, wie ich es gerne wäre. Die habe ich auch erst im Laufe des Tages bekommen. Keine Ahnung, was los ist. In letzter Zeit geht es mir einfach nicht so gut. Ich kränke so vor mich hin. Aber gut, jetzt wäre halt hier die Frage. Machen wir es jetzt so, dass wir hier sagen, wir gehen einen dieser Wege oder schauen wir erst, was passiert, wenn man hier lang geht. Also wenn man hier an der Stelle das direkt macht. Das ist das Schöne, man kann einfach an jede beliebige Stelle springen und sagen, das möchte ich dann so machen. Das ist definitiv ein Vorteil im Vergleich zur Ursprungsversion für den Nintendo DS, nicht 3DS. Wo man halt wirklich immer von Anfang an komplett spielen musste. Aber das Ding hat halt abgespeichert, ob man zum Beispiel vorher dieses Ende hier hatte. Das war dann im Save-File drin. Und man konnte zum Glück auch Sachen überspringen, die man schon hatte. Also auf Skip und dann ist das alles durchgerattert. Aber es ist natürlich trotzdem ein bisschen einfacher, wenn man einfach sagen kann, komm, dann springen wir wohin und vor allem zeigt einem das in diesem Flowchart auch an, wo man die essentiellen Stellen findet, die man braucht. Aber gut, da momentan niemand im Chat zu sehen ist, würde ich sagen, entscheide ich das wieder auf die einzige Art, wie ein Rollenspieler Dinge entscheidet, mit einem Würfel. Oh, nee, es ist jetzt mal da. Zumindest laut YouTube. Mal gucken, bleibt die Person da? Wird diese Person etwas vorschlagen? Die Spannung steigt. Da ist dann halt die Frage, wie gesagt, gehen wir hier durch eine der noch nicht durchquerten Türen oder gehen wir hier durch die eine noch nicht durchquerte Tür? Denn wir sind bisher durch Tür 6 und Tür 2 gegangen, aber noch nicht durch Tür 1. Okay, die Person ist wieder raus. Und hier durch Tür 8, aber nicht durch Tür 7 oder 3. Das hier müsste Tür 7 sein. Tür 3, ich weiß es nicht genau. Aber sagen wir es einfach mal so. Da jetzt gerade niemand da ist, um mir zu sagen, was ich zu tun habe. Ah, okay. Nimm erstmal. Okay, es gibt doch was im Chat. Nimm erstmal die letzte kurz vom Ende. Okay. Dann machen wir hier. Das wäre dann Tür 1, wenn ich mich recht erinnere. Die Stelle, wo Junpei mit seinen Zetteln schummelt. Gut.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 7 pieces.
Gehen wir auf Skip. So. Ja, man sieht ein kleines bisschen, muss man dann doch noch abwarten, aber es geht. So. Skip ausschalten und Tür 1 bitte.
My choice is door 1.
Santa was unconvinced.
Hey, wait a minute there. You cheating?
Das ist das, was wir eigentlich schon kennen, aber ich werde es trotzdem weiter durchgehen, weil ab hier sich das ja trotzdem aufspaltet.
Cheating?
I'm asking if you changed your number after you heard what doors we wanted.
How could I do that? I wrote it down on the paper earlier.
Let me see that.
Sure, here.
Junpei shrugged and handed it to him. Santa examined it furiously. The others peered at it as well. So. As they did, Junpei quickly slipped the piece of paper he'd been hiding into his pocket. Although he'd never know it now, Santa had been justified in his suspicions. Junpei had switched papers.
I had 3 pieces of paper ready.
For doors 1, 2, and 6.
And I put the one with door 6 on it into the pot.
He put a small mark on it so that he would know which one it was. Which one was his, so.
I just needed to make sure I drew last. After I saw everyone else's result, I just chose whatever door I wanted. If the number I'd already put in matched, then I didn't have to switch the paper out. Well, what does it say?
Junpei ist schon so ein bisschen listig, ne? He fought the urge to smirk.
You got lucky.
Santa snorted and tossed the paper aside, frustrated.
Very well. We've decided who will go through door 1. It will be Clover, Junpei, and myself.
1 plus 4 plus 5 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1.
Our only problem is the 2 remaining teams.
June and I want door 6.
Lotus and I want door 2.
That's not good. We can't open either of those doors with only 2 people. Aw.
Fine. 7, we'll go through door 6.
3 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 equals 24. 2 plus 4 equals 6.
Sure thing. I didn't really want to go through door 2 anyway. Besides, if we've got a younger girl with us, it'll lower the average age. Right, June?
Well, I am...
June was at a loss for words. Lotus was not.
Pig. You just wait and see.
Interessant, dass die allein dafür diese eine Animation haben, wo das Ding einfach durchläuft. Her eyes were the eyes of a woman prepared to kill. A shiver ran down Junpei's spine.
Calling me old. This is why men are such a pain in the ass. They're about as subtle as a brick.
And they're at it again.
Even after they separated at the staircase, Lotus was still muttering angrily to herself.
I'll see you later, June.
Jumpy.
Circumstances dictated that Junpei and June would have to part ways again, but this time it didn't sting quite so much.
Don't make that face. It'll be like what 7 said.
We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. That's how the notary game works.
Seven's words took a weight off of Junpei's shoulders and felt much better.
It'll be fine. I'll see you soon.
All right. See you later.
Lingering uneasy müsste es nicht unease heißen in dem Fall? Ich glaube schon. Lingering unease remained, but they went their separate directions without much trouble. Junpei, Ace, and Clover headed toward A deck.
Here's A deck. It was the door on the left, right?
That should be it, yes.
Then here we go.
Jetzt, oh, netter Kommentar. Seven und Lotus provozieren einen geradezu, da so sie zusammen in einen Raum zu stecken. Ja, Konflikt ist doch immer wieder lustig, zumindest zwischen den beiden. It opened and they walked through.
It's just as Santa and Lotus said.
At the end of the hallway sat a door with a large red 1 upon it.
A numbered door.
To the left of it, bolted to the wall, was the red.
There's the red. I'll go first.
Ace went first and waved his wrist over the scanner panel.
Now the two of you, if you would.
Junpei was next. Finally, listlessly, Clover lifted her arm. She leaned toward the scanner panel. The third asterisk clicked to life, shining brightly. Ace took hold of the lever.
Now.
He took a deep breath and turned to Junpei and Clover.
Are you ready? Shall I pull it?
Yeah, anytime.
Clover said nothing. She nodded, little more than a lethargic twitch of the head.
Very well then. Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
And it's open! Move it!
They stumbled into the room.
Where is it?
Frantically, Junpei scanned the room. His eyes stopped on the device that would determine whether they lived or died.
There it is! Over there!
Next to the door they'd come through was the dead. As one, they ran to it. They put their hands over it as if they were fighting for it.
It stopped.
Yes, it did.
Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. Ace and Clover were breathing hard and fast.
Whew. I don't believe I'll ever get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
Gute Einstellung.
I agree.
Now then.
Junpei looked around again, this time more slowly.
There's another door. Let's try opening it.
He took hold of the knob and easily, gently pulled it open.
So, this is the wheelhouse?
He closed the door again and turned to Ace and Clover. He fixed each in turn with a meaningful stare, then spoke.
Ace, you investigate the wheelhouse next door.
Very well.
Clover, you're in charge of this room. Say something!
Okay, I will.
All right then, let's get started.
So. Zeit für ein Adventure-Ding. Chart Room. So, schauen wir uns mal um. Oh, eine Karte. Stack of nautical charts. I think this is a nautical chart. There's this line on it here. I think the line is the route the ship is supposed to take. There are these dots all over the map. Oh, those are probably ports, like for a boat to stop at. It looks like the lines connect the dots. So. Okay, direkt also schon mal was gefunden. A light. It looks kind of like a wilted flower. Oh, Moment. Ja, schauen wir aber trotzdem noch. A chair. A chair. Clover isn't talking much. Well, I guess that's understandable. I mean, she's been through a lot. Really, it's more surprising that she's still together enough to talk at all. Jetzt Kommentar. Junpei wirkt gerade etwas bossy, zumindest deutlich selbstbewusster als bei den anderen Gruppen. Ja gut. Ist mir bisher so noch nicht aufgefallen, aber ja, kann durchaus sein. Aber ich glaube, das liegt vielleicht auch einfach daran, dass man gerade, wenn man das nicht gegenüber Clover ist, aus ihr nicht viel rausbekommt. A world map with the Atlantic Ocean in the center. There are a number of red pins in several locations. What do these red pins mean? Well, the nautical charts I picked up earlier have a map like this one. Maybe one of them matches up to the pins or something. Let's see. Well, what do you know? Looks like this one's a match to the pins. Okay, so we've got 7 locations connected by straight lines. And each one has a word next to it. That's probably the speed. New material has been added to the file screen. Oh, okay. Hoppla, falsche Taste. Hier. Nee, hier, File. Ja, a nautical table. Okay. Southwest, southwest, northwest, east, north, and straight. Full, half, slow, full, half, dead, stop. Okay. Was haben wir denn noch hier? Bücher. The shelves are lined with books. Let's see what's in this blue one. There's something written on it. Ship's log. Huh? Ship's log, huh? New material has been added to the file screen. Noch mehr. A ship's log found in the chart room. The following is written on the last page. We leave soon for a new journey across the sea. After leaving port, we headed south and west. We turned southwest to steer around the continent, then proceeded northwest. We made port, then changed our heading to east for a time, and now are heading due north. Soon we will dock in the United Kingdom, the homeland of this vessel. Okay. Was haben wir denn hier? Ah, eine Taschenuhr. That's a pocket watch. She sure hasn't been saying much. And she just keeps looking at the floor. She seems kind of sad. Ich muss zugeben, ich bin normalerweise ein großer Freund von Funktionalität, aber ich finde den Stil von Taschenuhren schon irgendwie cool. So die Ästhetik davon einfach. A voice he hadn't expected startled Junpei from his examination of the pocket watch.
Oh, pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
He spun around to find Ace standing in the doorway. Junpei shrugged and handed him the pocket watch.
Hey, man. What are you doing over in this room?
Oh, I just thought I'd come check up on the two of you. Is there a problem?
Ja oder nein? Das überlasse ich jetzt wieder jemand anderem. Ja, will der etwa wen umbringen? Ja, mit der Taschenuhr, genau, mit der Taschenuhr. Aber gut.
Yeah, there is.
Ace's eyebrows went up.
You checked on us. Now get out of here. We split this stuff up for a reason, all right?
But why did I say that? I didn't need to speak to Ace that way. I feel kind of off somehow.
Ace opened his mouth, then took another look at Junpei and shut it again. A small smirk appeared on his face.
Oh, I see, of course.
He looked Junpei over, then glanced at Clover.
I apologize for the intrusion. Well, best of luck.
Okay, das ist nicht schön. Ace gave Junpei a knowing pat on the shoulder and left.
Ow.
For no reason he could fathom, Junpei's head began to hurt.
Ah, what the hell? My head.
A sharp pain in his head. How much time passed? He wasn't sure. But he did not notice when Ace strode through the door. But he did notice. His smile was more of a smirk, and he had the air of a man who knew more than his opponent.
Yes. There was something I wanted to check, if you don't mind.
Yeah? What's that?
Pardon me.
With no warning, Ace slipped his hand into the pocket of Junpei's vest.
Hey, what the hell are you doing? Whoa, what are you putting your hand in my pocket for? Stop!
He reached for Ace's arm. but it was already too late.
I,
In the older man's hands were the pieces of paper Junpei had balled up and hidden in his pocket.
Just as I thought. You switched them, didn't you, when we voted? Well, I can't say that I care. I managed to get through the numbered door I wanted, despite your mischief.
Then why did you...
Oh, simple curiosity. I hope you won't think ill of me for it.
Ace smiled, gave Junpei a friendly pat on the shoulder, and then turned on his heel and left. It was a small defeat, but it was a defeat. Junpei had lost the upper hand, and he knew it. He could feel his stomach begin to tense.
Damn.
Okay. Das scheint aber auch alles zu sein, was man hier finden kann. Schauen wir uns doch vielleicht erstmal hier ein bisschen um. This isn't good. So many drawers, but nothing inside of them. A compass. It appears to be broken, however. You see, the glass cover has been smashed to pieces. Broken compass doesn't look like it will be very useful. The helm. Well, steering wheel might be a more appropriate term. Ja, ein Steuerrad. Die hintere Kommode kann man sich gar nicht ansehen. Oh, was haben wir denn hier? An engine order telegraph. They used this on old ships to adjust the speed of the ship. Like the gear shift in a car? Well, it's a little different. This device doesn't connect directly to the engine. In short, it's a transmitter. The navigation officer uses it to set the speed of the ship, and it sends a signal to the engine. There's a handle on top of it, which can be moved back and forth to... Hold on. There's no handle. You're right. There isn't. It looks as though it was deliberately removed. Okay. A steering wheel. Let's see if it... Whoa. Looks like the steering wheel moves. So it would seem. I noticed something else as well. What's that? Well, when you move this wheel, the compass also moves. What do you mean? The ship. It's moving. Tricked you, didn't I? The wheel and the compass must be connected to one another somehow. Do you think that's important? Well, let's try turning it again. Das heißt, wir können jetzt hier zum Beispiel sagen, wir möchten... Ja, wir müssen dann irgendwann anhalten. So. Sehr seltsam, dass es jetzt zwei solche Räder gibt. Aber gut, was haben wir denn hier? Looks like this is some sort of lock. It's got a weird shaped indentation on it. Oder wie man auf Gronks Kanal wohl sagen würde, Aussparung! Entschuldigung, der musste jetzt sein. Ich habe den früher häufiger geguckt, muss ich zugeben. Huh? This shape. Maybe it does look like the pocket watch would fit here. Nothing. I imagine the pocket watch is intended to go in there. However, we may need to do something with the watch first. Okay. Das ist der Raum, wo wir herkommen. Aber gut, was können wir denn mit der Uhr machen? Mechanical pocket watch with a spring. It doesn't appear to be working. The hands have stopped at 5 minutes, 39 seconds past 10 o'clock. Turning the knob does nothing. Yeah, it's probably broken. It looks as though you could move the hands, however. A broken pocket watch. I can only move the hands manually. The knob doesn't work. Aber gut, jetzt schauen wir doch am besten noch mal in die Files, die wir haben. So, Nautical Table. Was nicht? Ja doch, Südwest, Südwest, Nordwest. Moment, was haben wir hier? Ja, Südwest, Südwest, Nordwest, das ist genau die gleiche Richtung. Das ist Ost, Nord, geradeaus. Ja. Okay. Das heißt, mal kurz merken. Südwest, Südwest, Nordwest, Ost, Norden, geradeaus. Also Südwest, Südwest, Nordwest, Osten, Norden. Hoppla, also compass behind the helm. So. Direction changes, ja. Maybe we've entered directions in that order. So. Erstmal nach Süden. Süd. West. Südwest. Nordwest und dann meine ich Süden, Osten, Norden? Oder war das falsch? Nothing is happening. Junpei, this is almost certainly one of the Zero's puzzles. There must be a clue here somewhere that will help us solve it. Have you found anything? Perhaps something with the points of the compass on it? Moment. Habe ich das jetzt falsch gemacht? Ah, nee. Süden war zu viel. Also Südwest, Südwest, Nordwest, Ost, Nord. Okay. Nochmal. Also. Beginnen wir mit Süden. Westen. Südwesten. Nordwesten. Osten. Und Norden. What the? The handle came off. Stooping so low, are you, Zero? Handle. The handle light came off the steering wheel. A handle. Kann ich das jetzt beim Kompass benutzen? Nicht beim Kompass, bei dem Ding benutzen? So, I sure hope this handle fits. Yeah, it fits. Excellent. That should allow us to operate the engine or the telegraph. Dann sollte ich jetzt kurz mal gucken, was wir denn... Wieso kann ich denn jetzt nicht in File gehen, verdammt? Let's give it a shot. Erstmal gucken. Nothing happening. No, I don't think so. Take a look. Over there, above the door to the chart room. Ach, was haben wir denn hier? There's something on the wall that looks kind of like an arrival board. There's only stuff displayed on the left side. What the hell is this? It's the name of the ports in the world. I imagine it's showing us the ship's route. You know, just like the ones you might see at an airport. Departing XX, carrier XX, flight XX, at XX o'clock. Like that. Oh, I get it. It does look like those. The names of all these ports along the ship's route. There's only one line that that shows the arrival time. The time on the bottom, right? 47 seconds and 25 minutes past 7 o'clock. Perhaps that's the arrival time. Oh, okay. Aber eigentlich wollte ich kurz was anderes noch machen, nämlich File. Full, half, slow, full, half, dead, stop. 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 Krieg ich hin. So. So. Full, half, slow, full, half, dead slow, stop. Huh? That's weird. I thought I put in the right speed. Did I mess up? No, I don't think so. The same thing happened earlier, remember? There's been a change to the arrival board. Yeah, you're right. Let's check it out. Ah, the display's changed. Now it's showing an estimated time of arrival of 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. Time. Junpei, take a look. The display panel looks different. Yeah, you're right. Only the left half of it's on. If it's on, though. The last line, it says the estimated arrival time at the final destinations is 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. I wonder why they have seconds in there. Seems a little too specific. There's gotta be a reason for that. Or perhaps... Whoa, what's he doing? Excuse me, Junpei. Hey, you took my pocket watch. Hey! What the hell are you doing? Just trust me. It should be fine now. Well, thanks for giving me the pocket watch back, but you don't need to look so smug about it. Let's see what he... Oh, he moved the hands. 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. Oh, so you changed it to match the final arrival time. Ace nodded slowly. You know what to do next, right? Give it a shot. Okay. A pocket watch. The hands show 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. I'll set to the same time as... It's set to the estimated time. Ihr wisst schon. Fertig. What are you doing? There's only one thing you can do to... One thing for you to do, you know... So, jetzt hab ich's. Was ist... Boah, mein Schädel bringt mich heute um. No, give it a try. So. Dann wollen wir mal gucken, was hier hinter ist. Looks like this is some sort of lock. It's got a weird shaped indentation on it. Actually, it's shaped just like this pocket watch I've got. Let's try putting this in here. Yes. It says open now. Good work. It seems you were successful. Well done, Junpei. Hey! Clover! What? Look, we unlocked the door. Now we can get out of this room. Oh. Well, let's go then. Clover?
Oh, a hallway.
It's far too narrow to be called one.
They found themselves in a small space outside of the wheelhouse. On their left was a wooden door.
This seems to be the only route.
Yeah, let's go.
Junpei pushed it open and stepped into the room beyond.
Wow.
It was full of all manner of turn-of-the-century electronic equipment.
Well, these machines are weird. I've never seen any of them before. Huh? Wait, this one is...
One smaller machine had a metal bar that ended in a circular handle. Ace seemed to recognize it.
Ah, yes. A telegraph key. These were used to transmit Morse code a long time ago.
He turned and slowly took in the room.
This must be the communication office.
Across the room from the door that entered through was another door.
And that door?
A metal plaque was nailed to it. It read,
Captain's quarters. Huh.
That's what it says.
Then, do you think...
Ace swallowed. Junpei could feel his hands begin to sweat. Only Clover seemed unaffected.
Well, we won't know if we don't open it.
She walked up to the door and put her hand on the knob. It opened easily, and without so much as a pause, she walked in. Junpei and Ace followed. The first thing they saw was a man on the floor, covered in blood. Ach, der Soundtrack mal wieder. Junpei felt his body seize up, his mouth went dry, and he felt very, very cold. The blood in his veins slowed to a crawl, and his heart tightened like a fist.
Not again.
This was the third time he'd seen the horror of death laid out before him. He didn't think it was something he could stand to see much more of. Still, he had begun to accept that whatever it was that he saw, whatever happened to him, was beyond his control, and whatever force controlled him was driven by a determination that he could not hope to match.
Damn.
A sense of helplessness, of desperation washed over him. It left behind a feeling of utter emptiness that wormed his way through his body like acid.
No, wait. We didn't check his pulse yet. Maybe he's still alive.
Fueled by that spark of hope, Junpei ran to the man's body, and his heart fell. When he touched his hand to his neck,
No pulse.
his pupils had dilated, and he wasn't breathing.
Well, he's dead. Damn. If only we knew how it happened.
Junpei lifted the man's already stiff body. There was a deep red wound on his chest.
These wounds. I wonder what killed him.
Junpei did not have to wonder long,
It must have been this.
for lying next to the corpse was an axe. The entire blade of it was drenched in bright red blood. From the shape of the man's wound, there could be no doubt that it had been made by the axe. Junpei looked at the body again. A lake of blood stretched out around it. It was wearing the clothes of the ship's captain, although they were stained with blood.
These clothes. A captain. Does that mean this guy was Zero?
On his left hand was a bracelet. The number on the bracelet was 0.
Bracelet 0.
It was only then that Junpei noticed the stench of blood that filled the room. He couldn't help but laugh. There was nothing else for him to say. It was too simple, too obvious, too straightforward. If there hadn't been a dead man on the floor, Junpei might have thought it a joke.
Junpei.
It may be wise to find a way out of here first.
Yeah, you're right.
Aber da gibt's jetzt natürlich die große Frage. Ist das Zero? Und wer ist das genau? Natürlich auch die Frage, wer hat den umgebracht? Wo kommt die Axt her? Aber gut, schauen wir uns einfach mal um. There's blood on the chair. Do you think this was the dead guys? Kommentar. Ich war gerade sehr verwirrt, RX mit AX statt X mit AXE zu lesen. Soll wohl eine amerikanische Schreibweise sein. Kann sein, dass das daher kommt. Ich bin mir nicht sicher. Ja, probably. Kamera? A camcorder. It looks like it's pointed at the door. Well, the power's on. Why would someone want to videotape a door? I think this kind of camera records to a hard drive, but it doesn't look like this one's recording anything. What do you mean? It's just sending whatever it sees to something. What does it see? The door. Okay, Keypad. Oh ne, da ist noch was. It's a little rectangular hole. I think it's a keyhole of some sort. With the right key I should be able to unlock it. Aber ja, die Frage ist natürlich jetzt, wer ist das? Was hat es mit dem auf sich? It's a lamp, but it doesn't turn on. I don't think there's anything special about it. Music box! Oh, it's one of those old music boxes. How about we wind it up? Why does it sound like that? Is it broken? The pins on the cylinders are shaped all weird. I don't think those are pins. Look like someone put something else on top of it. I think we're gonna have to take it apart to figure out what's going on, don't you? The music box. The pins on the cylinder look odd. We'll have to take it apart if we want to get a good look at it. So, was ist mit dem Bett? A bed. There's nothing in it. They look like batteries. There's a cable running from them to the monitor. A chair. Oh. What's the deal with this? Is it some kind of code? There are 4 rows of numbers and letters. They all start with a 0 and end with an 8, F, N or V respectively. Maybe this has something to do with number bases. New material has been added. Schauen wir uns doch mal kurz an. Numerical system chart. The system chart can be found in the captain's quarters. 10 in base 10 is written as A in hexadecimal, therefore 11 is B, und so weiter. This chart showed the rules for each numerical system. Ja, mit F geht's bis Hexadezimal. M haben wir noch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mehr. Dann sind wir bei 24. Das wäre dann also nicht Dodek, das wäre was anderes. Icos? Egal. This screen shows the big hospital room. This screen is showing what's happening at the central staircase on B deck. This screen shows what's going on in the small room somewhere that I don't recognize. The room on this screen looks really fancy. I don't recognize the room on this one. This one shows the central staircase on C deck. There's just some random hallway on this one. There's a bunch of weird buttons on here. They probably switch what you see on the screens. Do you know how to work this thing? Why don't we just press one of these? Like this one. Well, I guess it does change the... What the hell is this? Hey, isn't the door on that screen the one right behind us? You're right. So whatever that camera sees is sent to this screen in real time. I wonder if that means something, you know? There's nothing on the monitor. Just static.
Huh.
Junpei snorted with grim humor for the second time since he'd come into the room. The 4 screens along the bottom had a single letter each spelling out
Z-E-R-O, huh? It's like he's making fun of us. What do you think?
He turned to Clover, who was standing next to him. Clover nodded.
Nothing.
It seems that she cared about little. Of course, Junpei could hardly blame her. Given the strain she was surely under, Junpei was somewhat surprised she had responded at all. Still, he had to ask. He gestured toward the corpse.
What about him? Do you think that's really Zero?
Clover shook her head weakly.
There's no way that's him. Didn't I tell you already? Zero is one of us.
Yeah, right.
I know it's important to figure out who this guy is, but don't you think we should figure out how to get out of here first?
But...
Please, I don't want to waste any more time.
Clover looked miserable, as if she could start crying at any moment. Junpei didn't have the heart to tell her no.
All right, sure thing.
Was his mind playing tricks on him, Junpei wondered? For a moment he could have sworn he'd seen Clover smile. So. Tja, dann müssen wir wohl noch mal in den anderen Raum. It's an old telegraph machine. Nothing suspicious here. Aber ja, das ist auch so eine Sache. Wir wissen jetzt noch nicht, wer der Typ ist. Ist das Zero? Ist das jemand anderes? Wir wissen aber auch zum Beispiel nicht, wer der Kerl ist, der anstelle von Snake umgebracht wurde. Kann man sich auch mal überlegen. Wer sind diese Leute und was haben die mit dieser ganzen Geschichte zu tun? It's an old telegraph machine. I'll be honest, I have no idea how it works. Was haben wir denn hier? Small screwdrivers. Fällt keinem von denen das Armband auf, dass der auch nicht durch jede Tür kommt? Ja, was das Armband angeht, interessant. A set of small screwdrivers. Perhaps we can use them to dismantle small devices. Alright, this screwdriver ought to make short work of this music box. Cylinder. It looks to be a cylinder for a music box. There are a number of pins and some pieces of metal that look rather like fans attached to it. There's nothing on the table anymore. Ah, was haben wir denn hier? Ink. Tinte. A bottle of ink. It's filled with ink. Wow, wer hätte es erwartet, dass ein Tintenfässchen mit Tinte gefüllt ist? There's nothing in the drawer anymore. Was haben wir denn hier? The cable that comes out of this thing is connected to the desk. What does that mean? It looks as though this drawer is the only thing that's locked. I don't see a keyhole though. An electric lock perhaps. Take a look at the left side of the drawer. Yeah, there's some cables over there. That must mean... somewhere in here. Hey, what is this? It's blank. There's nothing written on it. A white piece of paper. It's blank. Aber wir haben jetzt tatsächlich, was wir brauchen. I guess I'll put the ink on the cylinder. Ah, yes, I see. You put the ink on the cylinder. Yeah. If I roll it across a piece of paper, the pins and the fans will leave marks on it, right? The pins will make dots and the fans will leave lines. Alright then, show us. Now just gotta roll the cylinder across a piece of paper. And if I'm right, the ink should... Bisschen sehr sauber, aber okay. Just as you suspected, right? Now you have a pattern of dots and lines on the paper. I imagine it's Morse code. These dots and lines are the dots and dashes of Morse code. Oh, Moment, ich muss kurz was nachschauen. Ich muss mal ganz kurz hier bei Wikipedia mal Morse Code eingeben, um zu schauen, was da steht. Ist es das, was ich vermute? Also, ganz oben haben wir dreimal, oder ist es immer, nee. Was ist dreimal kurz, zweimal lang? Dreimal kurz, zweimal lang suche ich gerade. Ich finde da gerade nichts. Also dreimal kurz alleine ist ja ein S. Dreimal kurz einmal lang ist ein V. Gehen wir mal durch, was wäre denn kurz, kurz, lang, lang? Gibt es dafür ein Zeichen? Finde ich spontan jetzt auch nicht, zumindest nicht unter... Ah, Moment, nee, warte. Dreimal kurz, zweimal lang habe ich gefunden. Das ist eine 3. Das ist eine Zahl. 5 mal kurz ist eine 5. Lang, kurz, 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 lang. Diese ganzen Fünfer-Kombinationen sind Zahlen. Lang, kurz, 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 lang finde ich jetzt aber tatsächlich nicht. Ah, das ist eine Pause. Normalerweise. Und kurz, kurz... Nee, lang, lang, kurz, kurz. Ist wo zu finden? Moment. Spontan finde ich es gerade nicht. Das hatte ich eben ja auch. Lang, lang, kurz, lang, lang. Ah, das ist ein Z. Lang, lang, kurz, kurz ist ein Z. So 3, 5, Pause, Z. Okay. A pair of headphones. I can't hear anything. Guess whatever they were connected to doesn't work anymore. Alright, I've got the Morse code I'm supposed to enter. If I do this right, something will happen. I hope. Alright, let's give this a shot. Also. That's the last one and... Yes! Ja. Aber es ist wirklich so 3, 5, Pause, Z, warum auch immer. Oder Leerzeichen oder was auch immer das war. Excellent work, Junpei. Good job. You seem to have figured it out. You've unlocked the drawer. So, dann wollen wir mal sehen. A red file lay in the drawer. Junpei reached down and picked it up.
Looks like there's something on the cover. ALLICE. But isn't it supposed to say all ice? This doesn't have a space between the L and the I. Are they saying that ALLICE is a single word?
It was an interesting thought, but it left Junpei's mind quickly as he opened the file. What lay inside was far more interesting and far more confusing. Each page was covered with strange characters. They looked like tiny drawings of birds, snakes, insects, horned animals, wings, and even kneeling humans. There were many pages in the file, and each was full of these strange symbols.
What the hell is this?
He didn't realize he'd spoken out loud until Ace looked over at him.
They are hieroglyphs, a form of writing used in ancient Egypt.
Ancient Egypt?
That's right.
Can you read them?
Of course. I can't. What would make you think I could?
What the hell?
Junpei flipped through a few more pages. It wasn't just 1 or 2 pages that were covered in these strange symbols. Every single page was covered in them.
Whoa, the whole thing's like that.
Trying to read them was pointless. Junpei wasn't going to waste any more time with them. He made to close the file, and something fell out.
Huh? What's this?
He bent down and picked it up.
Oh, a key card.
There was a symbol on it that reminded Junpei of the symbols for the Saturn and Mercury key cards. Yep, das ist das Mars-Symbol. This one, however, had a dot in the center of the male symbol. Ach nee, das ist nicht Mars, stimmt.
Uranus. That's the Uranus symbol.
Der Punkt, genau, Uranus. Junpei looked over to see Ace examining the card. In addition to the Uranus symbol, there were 3 words engraved on the card as well.
Something's written on the bottom. Bottom deck library. This must be the key to the library, then. Is the bottom deck a library? Anyway, whatever. It's gonna have to wait. I can't do anything right now.
He gripped the key card tighter and shoved it deep into his pocket. New material had been added to the file screen. Ja. Und was haben wir denn hier? Unique key. A key with a leather case. It isn't metal. My guess would be ceramic. Junpei, have you found a keyhole that might fit it? Yep, definitiv. Aber wir können natürlich nochmal schauen. Look, a hook. That wasn't a joke. I know, man. Das war einfach nicht witzig. A clock mounted on the wall. The hands aren't moving. A little surprised that the time is wrong then, I suppose. And there's nothing on the back. Gut, dann haben wir hier wohl alles abgeklappert. The control panel for the electronic lock. Looks like it's got a keyhole on the bottom right. Maybe the key I got earlier. Sweet! Just had to put that key in and it's on. And now it's on. Junpei, look! There's a minus sign on the screen. There are 8 of them. That probably means we've got to put in 8 digits. Do you think you can figure it out? Die Idee ist jetzt, glaube ich, wir müssen 0 schreiben. Allerdings in entsprechenden Zahlen, wenn man in einem entsprechend weitläufigen Dezimalsystem, oder nicht nur Dezimalsystem, sondern anderen Zählsystem arbeiten würde. Das heißt, das Alphabet hat 26 Buchstaben. Das heißt, wenn A zum Beispiel 11 ist, ist man quasi immer... A ist 10. Das heißt, Z wäre in dem Fall dann eine 35. 8 digits, huh? Once I've put in the 8-digit number, just press E to enter it. And if I mess up, I guess I'll just press C. Alright, let's give it a shot. So, 35. E. A, B, C, D, E ist 5, das heißt 14. Nein, 1 zu viel. Also 35. 14. R. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. R ist der 18. Buchstabe, das heißt, wir sind bei 27. Und O war, glaube ich, 15. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. Also 24. Wundervoll. Ich hab's noch drauf. Yes! It worked. Good job, Junpei. Excellent. You seem to have unlocked it. Good work, Junpei. Alright, let's go. Es war jetzt halt einfach dieses... Hier steht halt schon Zero, das ist der Tipp. They stepped out of the captain's quarters and into another hallway. The hallway stretched out in front of Junpei for a bit before turning left like a great backward L.
All right, let's go.
Junpei rounded the corner and took off down the straightaway. He ran, and ran, and ran. At the end of the hallway was a door.
That's the next door.
He made straight for it.
Wait, a piece of paper.
He was nearly halfway to it when he noticed a piece of paper in the middle of the floor. Junpei skidded to a halt.
This is...
He dropped down to his hands and knees and quickly tore the paper off of the floor.
Map of the ship's interior for A-Deck.
What's wrong?
Ace, slightly slower by virtue of his advanced age, had finally caught up to Junpei.
I found a map for this floor.
He showed Ace that what he snatched from the wall. He looked at it long enough to determine what it was, then nodded.
I see.
With that, he began running again past Junpei.
Well, that was anticlimactic. I should keep this, though.
Junpei shoved the map into his pocket and got up to follow Ace. But something stopped him.
Hey, where's Clover?
He turned around. Clover was nowhere to be seen.
Damn it, what the hell is she up to?
Junpei muttered angrily under his breath and took off back the way he'd come. As he stomped around the corner, he saw her. She was standing in front of the door to the captain's quarters, her hand on the doorknob.
Clover!
Huh?
As Junpei watched, she closed it gently and quietly.
What the hell are you doing?
Nothing.
What do you mean, nothing?
Clover had unconsciously put her hands over the pockets of her jacket as if trying to hide something.
What the hell is that?
What?
You've got something in your pocket. What is it?
Oh, this? This is... I wonder.
What the hell?
Come on, we gotta hurry.
With that, Clover ran straight past a somewhat confused Junpei. As she did, he caught a glimpse of her back.
Huh? Clover, what's that on your back?
Sticking up from her collar was something that looked a little like a big wooden stick.
A stick? Hey, Clover! What the hell's that thing on your back?
She didn't respond. Instead, she quickly turned the corner and disappeared.
Is she ignoring me? For crying out loud.
Junpei did his best to convince himself that it would make sense later and ran off after Clover. Junpei pushed through the door and found himself in a large room with a large set of stairs.
The big stairs. So this is where it ends up. Just like it says on the map.
It was just what he'd expected to see after reading the map. His I see after reading the map himself meant that Ace had probably realized the same thing.
Ace, did he head down?
He put his hand on the handrail and leaned over to look down.
Oh, there he is.
Look, the 4 others are there too.
And not just Ace. Santa, June, Seven, and Lotus as well.
Really?
Let's join them.
Junpei and Clover glanced at each other and hurried down the stairs. They reached B deck at the same time.
Jumpy! Clover!
June's face was excited. Something had happened, that much Junpei could tell by simply looking at her.
What's up?
Given the situation, he was not inclined to be excited about sudden developments. June, however, couldn't contain herself.
We found it!
Found what?
We found it!
What did you find?
The last door! We found door 9!
What?
Come on! Just follow us! We'll explain on the way!
Okay.
7 turned and jogged off down the stairs.
Well, if that's the case...
Wait for me.
We should get going as well.
The rest followed.
Jumpy! We finally made it!
The relief and excitement in her voice echoed what each one of them felt.
Yeah, it's finally time.
Junpei wasn't quite ready to believe they'd really done it, at least not just yet. Still, if everyone said that it was door 9, then it probably was.
We've reached the end.
He could feel his heart racing. A mixture of anticipation and fear ran through his veins, and he could feel his legs shaking. He was doing his best to maintain a sense of healthy skepticism, but he couldn't deny the prospect of escape was an exciting one.
Something's bothering me. Only 3 to 5 people can go through the numbered door. 7 of us are on our way to door 9. That means that, best case scenario, there will be 2 of us who have to stay behind. 2 people. Is there a way?
Junpei looked over at the clock.
4:30. We've only got 90 minutes left. I've got no time to wonder about it now.
Hey, Junpei! June! What the hell are you two doing? Hurry it up!
Santa's voice jolted Junpei out of his reverie.
Let's go, Jumpy!
June took off down the stairs, jogging as quickly as she could.
Yeah.
Junpei followed. They were quiet for a while until... They had just reached C deck when Clover spoke.
Hey, what about door 2?
Everyone else stopped. They all turned to look at Clover. Seven spoke.
What about door 2?
Door 2 is the only one we haven't gone through it, I mean.
Yes, that is true.
Are you guys okay with that? Not investigating it, I mean?
So what? We found door 9. We don't need any of the other doors.
What's the point? Huh? What's the point in going to door 9?
Ich überlege gerade, was war nochmal bei Tür 2? Das war, glaube ich, der Weg... Ja, genau, das war das, wo man nachher... Confinement Rooms, Torture Room, Submarine Ende, ja.
We can't all go through it, right? And we should do what we have to do before we go any further. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. The best way to finish it quickly is to do the border pieces first. You know? Or what? You think all 7 of us should go to door 9? And then we argue over who stays behind and who gets to go?
Oh, netter Kommentar gerade. Tja, hätten sie mal das Armband von Captain mitgenommen, beziehungsweise das vom Fake Snake.
Do we really want to do that again? Who knows? If we check out door 2, maybe we'll find something. Maybe we can find a way to get all of us out. Huh. I don't know what might be in there. We may not find anything. But don't you think it'd be better to at least have a look? I mean, am I wrong? Does that sound wrong to you guys?
Yeah, you do have a point.
The others nodded in agreement.
The last time I checked the clock, it was 4:30. It's not like we've got a lot of time, but if we're quick about it, we might have time to take a look.
You're right. Let's go take a look at door 2.
They were back in front of the elevator. Nearby was the large hospital room.
The elevator can take us down to door 2.
Who shall go then?
Let's see.
Me. I'm going.
Then June, 7, and I need to go with her.
4 plus 3 plus 6 plus 7 equals 20. 2 plus 0 equals 2. Ich schaue noch mal ganz kurz eine Sache. Wir befinden uns auf jeden Fall schon auf dem Weg zum einen Ende. Wir sind jetzt an dem Punkt schon abgebogen.
Hey, why do you get to...
I don't mind. We'd only waste time arguing over it.
Jumpy, I'm okay too.
See?
Can we just go now?
Fine.
All right, let's get going.
I'll see you later.
Okay. Be careful.
They climbed into the elevator and Junpei listened to it creak and rattle its way to the bottom deck. Only Junpei, Ace and Lotus were left. As the elevator rumbled out of sight, Ace spoke.
Lotus, would you be so kind as to go with me?
Go with you? Well, I didn't think people still talked that way outside of the 1950s. Well, I'm a mother. Would that be a problem for you?
That wasn't what I meant to...
Türen.
I was hoping you would come with me.
Seriously, though, I was kidding. So, where was it you wanted to take me?
There's something I wanted to show you.
Hey man, what the hell? I'm not important enough?
Well, it's not like that. Once I've shown Lotus, I'll show you.
Really?
Of course.
Ace's smile was friendly.
Fine. Do whatever you want.
Thanks, Junpei. Are you coming, Lotus?
Fine. Doesn't look like they're going to be back anytime soon. I might as well go and see whatever it is you think is so important.
Thank you. Well then, shall we go?
Ace turned and began to walk. Lotus followed. They disappeared into the hallway on the left. Time seemed to drag as Junpei waited for the others to return.
They're so slow. And what's keeping Ace and Lotus?
Suddenly, the elevator opened. A single person stood there.
Clover! I guess you're the first one back.
It was only Clover inside. He didn't see the rest. She looked at Junpei, then slowly, purposefully stepped out of the elevator. The door closed behind her.
Where's everybody else? What happened?
She didn't answer. Instead, her eyes swept the room and then settled on Junpei.
Where are Ace and Lotus?
Oh, Ace said he wanted to show Lotus something, so they went into that hallway.
Junpei explained what had happened.
Oh, then they went over there?
Her voice was small and timid.
Yeah, I think so.
He repeated his earlier question.
So where are June, Santa, and Seven? Why aren't they with you?
You really want to know?
There was something wrong with her smile.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Here, let me show you.
Clover pulled something out of her pocket and tossed it onto the floor at Junpei's feet.
Huh?
He looked down. On the floor in front of him were 3 metal rings.
Bracelets. Oh my god. Oh, holy shit.
Junpei collapsed.
No. No way. No way. This has got to be some kind of joke. This can't be real.
Junpei's body felt like rubber. His heart felt like a cold lump in his chest and his hands shook uncontrollably. Sweat poured down his face. The 3 bracelets sat there on the floor before him. He could see the numbers on their faces.
3, 7.
And
6.
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from this ship. 2. Your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confine of the ship, or detects that the wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
But why?
Junpei's voice was flat and broken. Clover's response was cold.
Revenge for my brother. He was forced into door 3 and murdered. You need at least 3 people to open a door. Who were the 2 that opened that door with him? It could only have been Santa and Seven. That's why I killed them.
2 plus 3 plus 7 equals 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3.
But why? Why did you kill June?
Because she tried to protect them. She was in my way. She had to die too.
No. No.
Junpei shook his head, trying desperately to wake himself from what had to be a dream.
No. No.
It couldn't be real. It just couldn't.
Hey, Junpei.
He felt Clover's hand on his shoulder. Her smile was wrong. Horribly wrong. Her face looked like a mask made from stretched human skin. The smile that parted her lips did not extend to her eyes. They were dead and empty. The girl in front of him was no longer the Clover he had known. Perhaps she was not even human.
Let's go.
Her hand reached out toward him.
Let's get out of here. Let's leave this ship.
What the hell are you talking about? To open a numbered door, you...
Yes, I know. You need at least 3 people. But as long as we have this...
Once again, Clover reached into her pocket and pulled something out.
That's...
It was another bracelet. Junpei could see the number on the face. 0. 0.
The 0 bracelet. You've got something in your pocket. What is it?
Oh, this? This is... See? You get it now? If we have the 0 bracelet, we can leave. You and I can open door 9 with just the 2 of us.
4 plus 5 plus 0 equals 9.
See? So let's go. Come on. Hurry up.
She shoved out her hand again. Junpei looked up at Clover. She had the face of a demon. But there was something else. There was a holy light that surrounded her. She was both a fierce god and a benevolent goddess filled with love.
Junpei.
Her voice was soft. Her eyes weren't empty anymore. They were deep. So deep Junpei could feel himself falling into them. He felt dizzy. There was something oddly bewitching about her. His mind was beginning to crack, and his heart began to melt.
Junpei.
The hand she was offering him, it looked so soft, so inviting.
Clover.
Junpei reached out with his own trembling hand and closed it over hers.
Yeah?
Junpei writhed in agony. He shuddered and twitched, his body spasming as he went into shock. He screamed until his throat was torn and bloody, then screamed more. His cries echoed across the room. Eventually, his movements slowed, then faded. There was no more strength left in Junpei. He could feel his body begin to go numb. He no longer felt pain. He no longer felt anything. Jetzt mal kurz im Chat. Ich darf raten, das nennt man das Axtende. Yep, genau richtig. Whatever Junpei had been was gone. The last remnant of his mind began to fade. Even as his vision faded to nothingness, he saw Clover.
Thanks, Junpei. I'm just gonna borrow this, okay?
Her smile was cold. What was left of Junpei's conscious mind drifted away. All that was left was a twisted, broken corpse. Yep, bad end. So. Zack, wie man sieht, eine Axt. Und auch hier, Bad End, Axe. Wer hätte es erwartet? Und jetzt sehen wir hier auch Schlüssel, die man hätte kriegen können. Die sind aber weiß und nicht rot. Hier haben wir die bekommen, oder hier gibt es die Möglichkeit, sie zu kriegen. Wir sind hier aber nicht die richtige Richtung gegangen, um die restlichen Schlüssel zu kriegen, die wir bräuchten. Und hier zum Beispiel sehen wir jetzt diesen gelben Schlüssel, den wir vorher da nicht angezeigt bekommen haben. Ich sag mal so, ich werde jetzt hier tatsächlich erstmal Schluss machen für heute, weil, wie gesagt, mein Kopf schmerzt ein bisschen und dann möchte ich lieber ein bisschen ruhiger und das jetzt nicht ewig lange in die Länge ziehen. Dann würde ich sagen, beim nächsten Mal gehen wir hier vor allem mal durch Tür 3, das ist nämlich die hier. Nehmen den Weg, weil wir sehen, da können wir gar nicht zum richtigen Ende kommen. Einfach nur for the completion und so. Und dann, wenn wir das alles fertig haben, gehen wir den Weg lang und schalten uns den Weg zum letzten Ende frei. Aber gut, für Leute, die es später im VOD sehen und so, was immer hilft, sind so ein paar gute Bewertungen. Ich werde jetzt mal kurz hier einfach reinspringen. Oh Mist, ich wollte eigentlich, dass es nicht so laut ist. So, hier geht's.
Whoa!
So, passt.
What the hell?
Ich wollte nicht auf Auto.
See?
So,
The
stopp.
water's not flowing.
So, genau. Das heißt, beim nächsten Mal machen wir dann entsprechend so weiter, dass wir hier dann durch Tür 3 gehen. Ich meine, es müsste Tür 3 sein. Und dann schauen, dass wir zum wahren Ende kommen. Mal gucken, ob ich das nächstes Wochenende hinkriege. Vielleicht auch schon Donnerstag, ich weiß es nicht. Dienstag ist erstmal wieder Curse of Strahd dran. Da freue ich mich richtig drauf, weil es dann endlich mal richtig interessant werden könnte. Und ja, dann beim nächsten Mal könnte es sein, dass wir schon zum wahren Ende gehen, wenn wir es entsprechend lange durchziehen. Ich muss mal gucken. Ja, eigentlich super. Ich habe letztens erst eine Woche Urlaub gehabt, aber trotzdem fühle ich mich immer noch so, als hätte ich mehr brauchen können. Aber gut, ich hatte zwischenzeitlich auch so einen kleinen, wie nennt man's? Autistischen Meltdown? Ich weiß es nicht. Der Urlaub war zumindest am Anfang anstrengend und danach habe ich mich irgendwie dann doch nicht so ganz erholt. Das ist, neurodivergent zu sein ist nicht mal schön. Aber gut. Vor allem, wenn man selber dann auch Zweifel hat, gilt das überhaupt, wenn man nicht diagnostiziert ist? Egal. Genug drüber geredet. Ich speichere jetzt hier einfach nochmal kurz ab. Zack. Zurück zum Titelbildschirm. Und dann... Ach, Memories of the Escape, was war das noch? Ah, okay, man kann sich hier die Sachen nochmal ansehen. Aber ja, ich würde sagen, dann sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mal wieder, Leute. Bis dahin, Cheerio.